looks brilliant, give me more of this. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You're firing me, firing me. Yeah, you're firing me, firing me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy, but the light has got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Can get you out of my hand again. Is it wrong? Is it right? It's like I've won my final war without a fight. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You're burying me, burying me. I know you're burying me, burying me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy, but the light has got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Get you out of my head. Get you out of my head again. Hurricane, a tidal wave. Essence perfect, life looks brilliant, give me more of this. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You're firing me, firing me. Yeah, you're firing me, firing me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy, but the light has got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Can get you out of my hand again. Is it wrong? Is it right? It's like I've won my final war without a fight. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You're burying me, burying me. I know you're burying me, burying me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy, but the light has got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Get you out of my head. Get you out of my head again.
Please note.
Never gonna stop, never gonna change, never gonna do the things you say. Run my own way to get there. Phones are calling and I don't seem to care. In the air, no more crowd, just the opposite kind of few clouds. So tell me this time is coming, I'm sick of all your lies. Why don't you try to be wise? Now that I need you anyway.
I never wanted to be alive, just to feel like I'm fading. And though my heart breaks a beat down, I cross the lines just to tell you. Don't lead the way, don't even say that I try with a child's play.
are perfect, and we do it, and we're here. Hello, and welcome to Women's Classic Wrestling. Oh my gosh, take two. All right, welcome to Women's Classic Wrestling. I am one of your hosts tonight, Auntie Collins. Here to my, I don't know, left is the natural Astrid Pizarro, and below us is the stunning, beautiful, dressed in pink Melball Collins. Both of you
Hello,
are
lady.
outshining me.
Not at all. Not at all.
What is happening? Is my brain broken? Did I? Oh, hello, Overlord Bobby. Hello. What?
Lord, Elder Lord.
I think I forgot how to produce a show. So welcome.
Welcome to the chaos.
And welcome to the absolute chaos machine that is Women's Classic Wrestling. Hello, over to Millie. Love you. Loved that picture that you shared of your mom. That was really precious, and I really love that. So, how's y'all's week? How was it?
It's just another manic Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I was gonna say it's
I
only
mean,
Monday. We gotta quote Wanda Maximoff. It's the case of the Mondays, am I right?
It's Monday.
Yeah, isn't it?
Jeez.
It's unfortunate.
Well,
I'm
how's your week
usually not
starting?
friends with Tuesdays, but Monday seems to be given a strong argument for itself this year.
Oh, is it because you get to see our beautiful faces?
I love seeing your beautiful faces on Monday for
Mhm.
this, and I love talking this amazing wrestling that I've been able to watch for the first time and discuss with such a panel of educated and smart women in wrestling. This is so much fun.
You call me smart?
I was about to say no.
Smart
Educated, yes, but smart. I don't know.
You know,
Did y'all catch the Royal Rumble this weekend?
Yes.
yeah, Astrid looked like she had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost a little bit of my voice, but it was fun.
Tell
I
us.
had some of the horde over as well. I also almost lost my voice. It was very amusing.
Yeah.
So which
Mm.
surprises were you screaming aloud for the most? I don't know how I phrase it like.
I'll say maybe
I
Alexa. 'Cause I feel like
Oh,
a lot of the girls from NXT, I had a feeling they were gonna be there. I feel like the other two well, Julia was one I wasn't expecting because I thought if they have Stephanie, they're not gonna put Julia in there. So
mhm.
I was glad to see her. Lash was definitely a great surprise for me. I love seeing her being a part of it. But I think, yeah, definitely Alexa because it's one that was very unexpected. Was hoping she was going to be a part of it, but obviously you don't know for sure. But yeah, for those that don't know, because I'm very introverted and very antisocial, so I really barely go out. And there's a local wrestling shop that was hosting a watch party for the Rumble, and my brother said, "Well, let's go and see what happens." You don't know how fans are in real life, so it's one of those things like we'll see how it goes. But no, we ended up with a very nice guy in the table with us, and it was in this like restaurant that the place has, so they had it closed off for everybody there. But
Wow.
overall, it was fun just to see. I put a reel of it on my Instagram with the shop. It was fun just seeing everybody like eating all around and chanting for Seth Rollins' theme song and singing Cult of Personality and all those things. And a lot of the girls got really great reactions from everybody else too. So it was nice to see how people outside of the internet think of think of everybody when they come out. But overall, it was fun.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Melba,
Right.
how are you watching everything? What were you doing?
I had
Cold?
some of the horde over on Saturday. Came over to watch the
The
Rumble. I'm not
horde?
certain why. Yes, we are the horde. We are. gathering of wrestling fan minions here. We had some of the horde over. We got to watch the Royal Rumble. I'm not sure that my neighbors knew who Cody Rhodes was, but he sure did after the Royal Rumble. So I'm that person who, oh my God, it's Cody Rhodes. Top of my lungs. Phenomenal. I had
That
a really
match
good
was
time with the show.
bloody.
Yeah, unnecessary. I'm not a big blood guts kind of person. That being said, I just finished watching a New Japan show that surprisingly had blood in it. A couple times.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
the bloody brawl. That's what I love.
Well, this kid lost a tooth.
A tooth? I thought that they leave that for hockey.
I wouldn't know. I'm a bad Canadian. I'm not a hockey fan. But yeah, I just watched a match where kid got his tooth drop kicked out of his head.
I said it reminds me of Cesaro when he lost his teeth up his gums.
Yeah. I couldn't tell if it was one or both incisors, but it was definitely a front one.
It's when
It
you're
was
like, you ever get hit
Oh,
so
yeah.
hard that you go, oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Mhm.
Just
That's
double
that.
check, make sure they're all in
Mhm.
there. Yeah, he checked. He realized it was missing and he kept going. I gotta give it to him.
Oh my
It's
God.
impressive he finished the match, but man, I can't imagine it felt good when he started feeling his face again.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Well, I had the
Yeah.
gang over at my house, including
Yeah.
my 18-year-old niece,
Aw.
which was so much fun because she's never really watched wrestling, and
Mm.
I also missed the start time to it because I had to go pick her up and do all the things. And by the time we started it, she was like, I'm a little bit sleepy. And I'm like, okay, well, you have to watch the women's wrestling, like the women's part.
Mhm.
Then you can sleep and then I'll wake you up for the men's. So she saw all the women and she's like, oh, I love their outfits. I love this one. She really liked Selena Vega. Selena Vega, she really loved, and I didn't realize at the time, but she was the Divas belt
Mhm.
reincarnated, which
Yeah.
I loved.
Oh,
She
I
she looked at Jordan Grace and went, oh, look at those muscles, and I was like, yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
But she really
Yeah.
liked Bianca as well. So it's fun seeing someone with new eyes who's never seen anything.
Mhm.
Watch wrestling. And of course, I was wearing my Good Luck Charm shirt. I was wearing my Bella's Hall of Fame shirt. I didn't think that Nikki or Brie would come back, but I had a feeling. And we got through all 29 and I'm like, you know what? That's okay. I heard she's in town. I hope that she's having a good time. You can look, but you can't touch. I screamed so loud. You know that like feeling in the back of your throat where it like starts to like, the scream starts to sound more like a record scratch, That was what my
Yeah.
my vocal cords started doing because I was screaming so loud and so suddenly. So but hey, Bobby. Bobby mentioning Traders. We do have wait, Melball, do you watch you can't watch Traders because you don't have the Peacock.
No.
Oh my
No.
gosh.
I don't know
No.
how Bobby watches it though. Probably one of those VPN things.
We don't know. I mean, you can always get a VPN, that's fine.
You don't ask the Elder Lord how he obtains this.
He has his ways, right? He is the overlord after all.
Okay.
But yeah, Nikki Bella is forever and ever one of my faves. And of course, I immediately went to the WWE shop and I ordered her shirt because why not? And then it was the number one shirt
Yeah.
for right after the Rumble, not even the winners of the Royal Rumble. But yeah, but Nikki Bella is on the Traders or was on the Traders and she got banished because of freaking Boston Rob.
Boston
This
Rob
is-
is on my list.
Yeah. remember when I was like, oh guys, Boston Rob's gonna be on the show. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. And literally the first episode, I go, oh, fucking Boston Rob, fucking Boston Rob, pissing me off.
Wait,
You know,
I
I don't know.
agree. I
I
don't
get
agree.
that.
I don't agree.
And that's okay. Wrestling is awesome.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Even if it was just a one-off. Trish Stratus looked so good. And I love that she's always harking back to older WrestleMania fits, which I absolutely love. She is one of a kind. So, but speaking of one of a kind, this episode is our semifinal. We only have 2 matches to speak of. Now, I want you to think back to all the other episodes that we've done. So before we get to the end, I want you to share which match would be the best of season 1 of the Mae Young Classic. If you can think of it right now, put it in the chat, but we are going to share at the end. So think about it there, because your inaugural season is going to have your bumps, your awkward points, your weirdness, but it sets the tone for the possibilities to come. I think there should be another Mae Young Classic, in my opinion. I think, if anything, that the Royal Rumble proved that the women can have a complete tournament solely off, Raw and SmackDown, but still integrated, and it would be so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh yeah.
And I think that we saw the tournament style with, the women's US title and the women's intercontinental, but I want to see everybody in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens, but are y'all ready to jump into this episode of the Mae Young Classic?
Yes, let's
All
do
right.
it.
Let's do it. All right, our first contest. Now, they do a cute little montage. I always love it, WWE's little montages, but we do start with Shayna Baszler versus Mercedes Martinez. I would like to stop talking because I feel like I've talked myself into exhaustion. Astrid, what did you think of this match? What were your favorite points during this match?
Overall, I enjoyed it. I feel like it was fun. I like that teacher versus student story that they're giving us within this match, and even with the video package to begin with. And I love the fact that, kind of like with Mia and Shayna too, that being that they teamed together for a while at this point,
Mm-hmm.
they know each other so well, so they know how to like really bring the best out of each other in this match. And you can tell that this was like kind of like their game plan to begin with, and also for Mercedes being the veteran to really show off Shayna in this match. And I feel like that's something they did very well, if that was a goal to begin with. I like the fact that when she started, and they mentioned this in commentary, if I'm not mistaken, Shayna actually never shook anybody's hands until she faced Mercedes, being her teacher in this match. But everybody else, she did have their handshakes before the match started. But here are the submissions they had. At one point, Shayna does like a heel hook submission that was pretty nice, and the way she keeps Mercedes in the middle, and I was like, holy crap! It definitely looks like it hurts when she does things like this. And the way they did a Shrek exchange at one point as well, and like that was very interesting. But again, it's like we said it before. It's like it just reminds me of how great of a beast really Shayna is, and you can see it displayed in this match. And again, it makes me want to miss that version of her. I know we're obviously not gonna always get the same versions of people because people grow up and they kind of have their evolution, but at the same time, I feel like we could kind of get the same type of action, if that makes sense, from her. Even with a character change, and that's something that I'm missing from the current Shayna. The fact that you don't get to see any shade of what she does here. We know where she is now, and we barely
Mm-hmm.
get a glimpse of her. But really fun. It just reminded me how much I enjoyed seeing her in the ring and her being by herself too. Because I don't like this stuff that she has with the group. I feel like it really hides her in what she
Yeah.
does, unfortunately. So I really hope that sometime in the future we get her to be by herself and be that kind of beast that she is. I feel like the most recent times that we saw her doing this was when she was in the chamber, when she basically eliminated almost everybody, and that was one of the rare times that we have seen it very recently. And it just reminded me so much of how much I enjoyed the quickness that she has, her strikes, her submissions.
Mm-hmm.
Overall amazing. I feel like this is definitely great here. I did like the fact that it just made me like the way that Triple H and Stephanie go to give her flowers, and like she kind of doesn't care about it because in character,
Yeah.
because it's not something she would do. So
Yeah.
to compare it later, I'm not gonna say it now since we haven't mentioned it, but comparing Shayna to the winner of the second match with the flowers part just made me love how different they are with their personalities and their characters, and you can see that happening here too. But yeah, overall, I think it was a fun match.
Mm-hmm. Melball, what did you think of this match?
This to me felt like a very Japanese strong style match. There was a great mix of everything that I like from Japanese style with the MMA background, with the traditional wrestling, with the submission wrestling. What's this? What did that say?
Um, a social media side is more entertaining of the Pure Fusion Collective than the in-ring stuff. If you watch what their social media is like behind the scenes, they're a lot more entertaining than they're on Raw during the show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just so
Mm-hmm.
I know, because I don't watch WWE regularly. That's the name of their new faction, right?
Yeah,
Yep. Pure Fusion
it,
Collective. Mm-hmm.
it's
Okay.
her, Sonia, and Zoe Stark.
Okay. Three of
Basically,
them looked great coming out in
the
the
queer wrestlers.
hey, but phenomenal representation because
Mm-hmm.
man, all
Mm-hmm.
three of them in the Rumble, freaking phenomenal.
But yeah, sorry, I
I
didn't mean
like the
to
references they did.
cut you off.
That's okay. ADHD will take me on a funner trail and bring it back. Yeah, as I mentioned, this gave me very much a strong style kind of vibe just because of the amount of different styles that were all just
Mm-hmm.
kind of thrown in here. But again,
Mm-hmm.
as Astrid mentioned, it was very obvious how well these two knew each other, how well they flowed together. But again, what I loved is that there's a certain amount of pull that people do that they were just hitting each other hard and this. And I was
Yeah.
just sitting here like, oh, this is phenomenal. I love it. Which is funny because I'm not a big fan of like the blood and guts stuff. And that's always going to happen if you're hitting people hard.
Mm-hmm.
My brain is all weird. Um, the one part of the match that I really like is I really love Shayna's ending with those gut wrench slams before she gets her into that finish. Oh my gosh, just the strength that it takes to yeet someone around your waist like that. You can barely do that with my
Yeah.
dog, let
Yeah.
alone with a full grown human being. Super impressive. And like
Yeah.
this, as Astrid mentioned, this is my favorite version of
Mm-hmm.
Shayna Baszler. And I still love Shayna on socials though. Like, as Melly mentioned, that stuff is entertaining as hell. I follow all three of them just for that, for that entertainment, that little dopamine boost
Mm-hmm.
for the day. But yeah, I miss like I apologize for the reference, but like I miss war ready Shayna Baszler, who was just a bare knuckle brawler and ready to just watch the world burn. I miss that version of her. And as Astrid mentioned, I know there has to be a natural evolution for someone's character throughout the years, except for Randy Orton apparently. But Shayna Baszler, I feel like there's a point where you can safely revert back to certain things or revisit certain things. I think the Dead Man's a perfect example of that. Can we
Hmm.
say that? Could we see that, please? Yeah, stellar freaking match
Yeah.
though. I loved it.
This, I think it definitely set the tone for these are women of high caliber wrestling in the semifinals. Knowing that they were stablemates in Shimmer, knowing that it is, the teacher and student aspect of it again, um, absolutely love that in the match. I was surprised that the match started with Shayna shaking her hand
Mm.
because she hadn't done that for any other match, which makes me want to cry because you know how Ring of Honor does it, where if you don't shake the hand, you're not having a match with honor. For
Mhm.
me, it's Shayna going, I see you as my equal. I see you as someone that is an actual competitor, and I see you worth the challenge, which for me
Mhm.
was a sign of, oh my God, this is going to be a good match. And Shayna Baszler has already made me cry. Starting in this match, we're just 1 second into this, and I'm already watching it again. But I really did like the standoff between them, right? I did like the bridges that were done with them, the tests of strengths with them. But yeah, I wanna say go to something that you said, Melball, where there just seemed to be what you were mentioning, like the larger person being suplex kind of grabbed around and you know
Mhm.
experiencing that kind of leverage. You said that you can't even do that to your dog. I do that to my dogs all the time. Because I suplex my dog safely, of course, but to when we're in bed, right? They'll be at the end of the bed, and I will just bend forward and I stretch forward and I just grab them like this and I just, you know, because that's what the kind of person I am. Okay. And they know what's coming. And I swear that my chihuahua loves it. Okay. Um, but it's
God.
the thing of having to have that kind of leverage, core strength, everything to do it for a person that's not only like taller than you, but like a different muscle mass to you is insane. So I
Mhm.
have to give that over to Shayna Baszler. Again, I miss the killer Shayna Baszler. I wish during the Royal Rumble that we were going to see more of Shayna Baszler. I think she was only in there for like 10 minutes, if that. It was an angle. There wasn't her asserting her dominance, which was just annoying to me. So, and I don't want to look through it through the lens of 2025, but it is hard not to, right?
Mhm.
So I think this was kind of the battle of the suplexes and which ones looked nastier, and I love a nasty suplex. But in the end, Shayna hit the Falcon Arrow that she kept her arms locked to put in that rear naked choke.
Mhm.
Mercedes Martinez, to be fair, lasted longer than anybody else during this tournament, but tapped at 8 minutes and 10 seconds, which I think, again, testament of them shaking the hands. The match was so well built. And I know that I go back to Mia Yim versus Shayna Baszler as my favorite match during this entire tournament, just because it was so short, but yet so much happened between the two. But I felt like the reason why this one went so long is because Mercedes Martinez is that bitch. She is that bitch. And I really have to hand it to her because she knew her, because she knew how she maneuvered, she blocked a lot of that. So I don't know. I would love to see them in a matchup again, you know?
Mhm. Yeah.
But
Mhm. I would like that.
yeah,
100%. Gimme, gimme.
I don't even know in what capacity that could happen, but
All of them.
we will see.
All,
We will see.
all of the capacities.
All of the capacities all at one time together in harmony
Yes.
together.
Makes the world a happy place.
But by the way, at the end, yes, you Astrid had mentioned that there is the flowers and the uh Triple H pointing and Stephanie McMahon clapping like this.
She's so awkward.
I don't understand why she is like that. Who claps like this besides for Joe Hendry? You know?
It was a forewarning, a foresign of his coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
She'd
Yeah.
laid
8
down the
later.
foundation. Yeah.
Yeah. um, but seeing Sarah Amato out there was really special too. Um, Sarah Amato out there, knowing that she at the time was the coach for the women, but she had gone back to Shimmer with both of these women. So I thought that she looked emotional, and I liked it. So,
Mhm.
well, foreshadowing for sure. We jump right into a video package for Kyrie Sane and Tony Storm. Their journey to this place with Kyrie going through Tessa Blanchard, Bianca, Dakota, Tony getting through Alicia Raymond, Lacey Evans, and Piper Niven, and they both are at this point together. This was one of the longest matches, I will have to say. I Where did I rate it? I wrote it as 12 minutes and 23 seconds, but it felt much longer. But Melball, you can start with this match.
So I don't have a whole lot of notes on this one. The only one I have, and also
Yeah.
I watched this match way back in December, so I'm just going based off of my mind on this one, or my
Mhm.
terrible memory. There's a crossbody that Kyrie did to the outside that was just absolutely insane after a bit of an exchange on the inside. This for me felt like a callback to their stardom time, and it
Mhm.
was just something that I loved, seeing them hitting so hard and just throwing themselves around. I was like, what year is it? Where are we right now? It felt like I was watching Tony back in the day dressed up like Minoru Suzuki beating up everybody. Um, yeah,
um,
there's a lot of emotion in this match for me personally, just because I did
mhm.
know both of these two before this, and where they came from and all of that. So it was just, it made me so happy to see these
Mm.
two kind of throwing it back and throwing it out and throwing each other out. My goodness, the amount of throws, tosses. These girls were yanking each other around by their hair. It was just glorious chaos in the most perfect way. Unfortunately, that's all I have for this one.
Mhm. That's okay. That's totally fine. Astrid.
This one, what I loved about it too, not only that, like you said, that was 12 minutes, but it definitely felt longer than that. I feel like the pacing of it
Yeah.
made it feel even longer than what it was. And
Mhm.
it wasn't a bad thing in this aspect of it, just because I'm the kind of person that like those fast-paced matches. But even better when you can tell they're
Mhm.
taking advantage of their time they're given, and you can tell they did that in this match. And like Mel was saying, that crossbody to the outside, the way that Kyrie's able to move on so quickly after hitting that in her back, that ramp, just I couldn't believe it when I saw it.
Yeah.
Um, and the spears, I'm surprised by like how tiny she is, but how mighty her spears look at the same
Mhm.
time, which is something so surprising when I see her. But again, it was like they had a great back and forth here, both of them here, and this is one of those matches, like even taking my mind off the result, I feel like anybody could have won it. I would have gone with either one of them at the same time when I think about it, because I feel like either way you would have won at the end. And I feel like they either way they picked her, correctly here with Kyrie. I feel like Kyrie at the same time, just like Tony, not only were they both great picks, but I think they were two of the people that really had the crowd going, and the few people that actually that got like natural, kept like organic reactions from the crowd by the way they
Mhm.
were. And I feel like either way, you could have definitely done great with either one of them. And you can see their personalities and how different they are and their characters. And a lot of people don't have that within the tournament, but they're two of the people that actually did show off their characters throughout their matches too. And I love seeing that. And yeah, I was like, I was surprised with the way that she won as well. That submission from Kyrie is out of what I expected. And then having the elbow right after that for the win. But again, this was a fun match, and I'm glad that they got the time that they did, because I feel like it definitely helped both of them later on to show off a little bit of who they are to the crowd, and to show off a little bit of their characters too. And I feel like that really developed the match really well.
Yeah, I both of you was spot on. This match, I feel like where the other one was, it did feel longer than the other match, but it also felt like there was so many more things happening. Where the other one was kind of the test of strength, the I know your moves better than your moves, I'm gonna block it. This was lay it into me. That's what I need. I need you to put everything your best, hit me as fast as you can. And what a good friend. What a good competitor that you could just be like, hey, hit me as hard as you can. Do it. And I'm going to hit you as hard. And we're going to see who wins at the end of this. Because that's how it felt. It felt that familiarity. It felt that, hey, I have speed on you, but you know what? Tony has the size on you. So going through that dynamic, I heard on commentary that commentary had mentioned that Kairi Sane had possibly had a concussion in between some of these tapings, which I know that some of the tapings had some significant time in between because it did take a little bit of time. We started in these started airing in July, and they had mentioned that the finals would be in September. So that is like a considerable amount of time, although in consideration of concussion protocol, that would not be a lot of time, but maybe there might have been like a near fall of sorts, or maybe commentary was just being terrible. But they did really play up that face full of ramp, right? That just like eating shit on the ramp, which was textured looking, which didn't look like it would have felt great. But man, Kairi Sane is willing to take a challenge head on, and both physically and metaphorically. But I really love Toni Storm. I think both of these women are such stars as they already are. But Toni Storm, I think this was the best she's looked in the entire tournament. I really liked her match against Dakota Kai, but I really, really love this match. I implore all of you to go watch this match, just to kind of see where they are now and see where they were then, because this is like raw talent, raw, unbridled, hasn't been filtered out, and it was a really great story that they were telling. I feel like Toni Storm, a lot of people at the time thought that she was lackluster, that she didn't deserve to be in the semifinals, and then the next year, making her way to the finals. But I feel like you could have interchanged any of them and the finals would have been a great match. So I don't know. I think out of the two matches tonight, this match was by far my favorite, but it was the story of the two wrestlers that know each other and were willing to put everything on the line for that win. So I did add these, which I wanted to show you. So this is Shayna and Mercedes. So if you aren't familiar with this match, look at the brutality. Look at just how a simple, leg hold, I just love the placement of Shayna's right. Is that her right foot? You know how it goes over like that?
Up on her
Absolutely.
butt, yeah.
Yeah, up on her butt. Like that's so I was looking at stills of it before we came on, and I was like, this is incredible, because man, that wastes a lot of energy to try to keep your arms up like that. So and then I wanted to show this one, which look, both of these women are just want to rip the legs off their opponent. I mean, this with the crossing and the legs, and we know that Kairi is the smaller of the two, but man, both of these women deserved absolutely to be in these finals. Look at them. Ready to make history. But all right. So I told both of you to share your favorite match of this entire tournament. Who
Hmm.
would like to go first?
I had to go back and look at the listing just to be sure. It's like
Also,
I don't know.
puppy. Hi, puppy.
Yes, Koshi.
Oh, puppy.
Big.
So
He was wanting some attention, so I think he wanted some screen time. He knows he's famous.
Yeah, he is famous. Mine is asleep, so you can see. She's asleep. Okay.
So
All
I was
right.
looking back at the listing just to kind of go back and refresh my mind and get an idea. I feel like one of them, aside from Kyrie and Tony, that I really enjoyed, I was stuck between Kyrie and Dakota, but also Tony Storm versus Piper Niven. I feel like both of those they really took advantage of the time and really show off a lot. And I really like those fast paced kind of matches, so I was stuck between those two. Um, yeah, I don't know which one to pick. That was I want to say better than the other one, but I enjoyed both of those. I think the most.
I like it. All right, Melball.
I also had two that I'm kind of like leaning towards. One was also Storm versus Niven, but also Shayna Baszler versus Mia Yim. That was
Yeah.
another one I really, really liked, and just the passion that went into that one. But then also, again, that classic brutality of Shayna Baszler. I loved that one. There was a good combination of styles in there.
I also want to mention and give a shine to Dakota Kai versus Rhea Ripley. It was the tale of the kicks, the tale of the babyface. Little, when I say babyface, I mean physically babyface for both of these women that they're now just insane stars. Who would have known that either of these would be at the top of their company? It's crazy. But yeah, Dakota and Rhea, that was also a great match. Piper versus Tony, fantastic match. Candice versus Shayna, even though it was only 3 minutes. Oh, and then I can't not mention my love for Nicole Savoy versus Candice LeRae.
That's true.
That was
Love
another
that
good
one.
one. Yeah.
But man, this tournament has been really great, and I'm really sad that it's almost over.
No, Koji is a boy. He's the only boy in the hood.
That's right. That's right. Well, next week we're going to talk about Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane, and I know that there is a bonus match on there that we get to chat about. I'm really excited. I'm excited to watch the finals, and I'm excited to keep going through season 2 of the Mae Young Classic. We're just going to keep going.
Yes.
And then maybe someone at WWE will see this and they'll be like, hey, why don't we? Why don't we? Because, yeah, season 2, we get Killer Kelly. We get Mako Satomura. Mercedes Martinez returns. Ty Conti returns. Tony Storm returns. Ginny makes a comeback. Rachel Ellering makes a comeback. Mia Yim. Caitlyn. Tegan Knox makes her debut. Nicole Matthews is in.
Caitlyn.
Caitlyn. Isla Dawn comes in. It is the next season is there's so many more where the other the first because there's an additional bracket on here that wasn't on here. Yeah, so many. Rhea Ripley, MJ Jenkins, who is Swole, Casey Catanzaro, Reina Gonzalez comes back, Io Shirai, who's Io Sky, Zaya Brookside, Deanna Purrazzo, Priscilla Kelly, Zaya Lee.
My God.
Karen Q.
That lineup.
I have also never seen any of these.
Allison Kay.
This is going to be a great experience.
It's going to be fantastic.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
Madison Rain is going to be in it.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
Hmm
the Killer Queen.
Ooh.
I'm
So
excited.
many good names. So many amazing names.
Yeah.
I know, right? Well, Melball, tell us where we can find you.
If you're wanting to follow Melba, you can find me on that next Twitter thing at Collins Melba. You can find me on everything else: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, Blue Sky at Melball Collins. See you up there, Astrid. You can also
What
catch
was
me on the
that?
YouTube channel with Andre 2/3, where we do all our shows on Japanese wrestling. We cover New Japan, Marigold, Noah. We have our show called Shop Talk, where we talk about the local scene. We talk about Marigold, all kinds of things coming out over there. You can catch us on here on Fridays at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, where we do the Japanese wrestling update, where we talk all about the Japanese news coming out this week. Got some crazy stuff now. We kind of blew the lid off of the big guy losing his tooth. Maybe we'll have pictures.
I want to see pictures.
You can also catch me on Astrid Pizarro's YouTube channel, where we do a ladies wrestling showcase when we get around to doing it. Every now and then we have things we have to rant about, and
Yeah,
we'll talk
Eric,
about it.
I don't know for everybody else, but at least in the US, we watch it on Peacock.
Yeah, we watch it on Peacock. Yeah, we watch it on Peacock.
We don't do Diana, but I need to find access to it because I don't think it's on Wrestle Universe, which is where I get all of my Japanese wrestling besides Stardom and New Japan, which are separate, which is a good thing to subscribe to. Nice little cheap plug there. What else? I think that's everything. That's everything for me.
Okay. Well,
She found it. Wow.
Yay!
She found both of them, not just one.
Yeah.
You can find me tomorrow taking over with Ed, talking about NXT on the road to Vengeance Day, and then you can find me Friday talking about TNA Impact with Mark and Brett. We're having a lot of fun over there, and with Brett's new nicknames for everybody. And yeah, you can find me on my Twitter and Blue Skies Astrid Pizarro, and my Instagram and Threads Astrid Pizarro 20. Putting a lot more clips recently of the show, so if you can support them on the socials, I would greatly appreciate it. It's a way to get my stuff out there. And if you're here, you're probably on my YouTube channel. So if you are, hit subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I upload or go live. And make sure to hit a like on the video too. It'll be appreciated.
yes. Hi, I'm your Auntie Collins. You can find me anywhere there's a social media _queer auntie. I am doing something almost every day of the week right now, and I'm tired. But guess what? I'm here, and we talk about wrestling. So here every Monday doing women's classic wrestling. It says it right there in the in the banner. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. I am right back here on Thursday for On a Ramble, where we are talking about Ring of Honor. It's a lot of riveting fun. Melball is also on that show, along with our historian, the proper
Yes.
Kyle K. Sparks, who's much smarter than me. And then there's no Collins on the Rocks podcast this week as well, because we postponed Wrestling Made Me Cry because my niece was in town. So this Friday we are doing a special After Dark episode of Wrestling Made Me Cry over at Fightful Overbooked with my co-host Kylie. And then I'll be back here for our local establishment for RuPaul's Drag Race post show called the Mother Tucking Show with my host Jose on the air. That's his name. Guys, it's been a day. Let me tell y'all, it snowed in Seattle for the first time, and it never snows here. And I'm tired. So
I get that.
make sure
I
that
get
you're following us on all social media. You can see all of our different handles over here. Make sure you're liking, sharing, and subscribing. There is a show here every single day of the week. So if you put that little notification bell on, you'll know when we go live. Guess what? I get the notifications on my phone and I pop into the chat and I get to say hi. So you should too. You should come join the fun. We can make a party of it. You know you want to. And guess what? Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of our heart to the ends of the earth, getting through this season of the Mae Young Classic. And remember, women's wrestling matters. Have a fantastic evening. Be kind to yourself. All right. Bye.
I teach you what